All right. Good morning for those that are in Asia, and good evening for those on the continental United States. So, welcome to the stream, and my channel is the King Lee Way, and my name is King for those that is coming to the stream for the first time. So, right now, I am in good old Daejeon, South Korea. So I'll just give you a quick synopsis of what's been going on. Um, the cases have been rising again. Yeah, it's really been a lot of people are like panicking a little. So this again, like if when this first thing started in February, it started with a church in Daegu, which is really down south of South Korea. And now another issue came from a church in Seoul. So it's just picked up again. And people are like, oh, what are you doing? And of course, I went to the coin karaoke. Of course, I usually take my spray the place. And the microphones, there's covers. So I always use a cover for that. So I was even getting the instructions from my friend, like, make sure you use a cover. I was like, yeah, I'm always like thinking about all this stuff as it is. So yeah, so people were kind of like frantic, like, what are you doing out? Nope, I'm still going out. I'm just taking precautions when I just go out. So, and that's a good thing about Korea. Every like subway stop, every bus, inside a bus, there's hand sanitizer. There's everything to clean yourself. And yeah, just take precaution is what I've been doing and doing my best to. If I have to stay home, I'll stay home on some days if I have to. So that's one of those things that are going on. So yeah, I'm really still enjoying my restaurants, and I am still enjoying my coffee shops. I haven't gone to coffee shops because I've been home more. So yeah. So without further ado, we do have a topic. Of course, this is more of a rhetorical question. Is South Korea open to tourists? So most of us that been on my channel, you guys know most the answers. So yeah. So Nippon says in Korean, 안녕하세요. So yep, the formal, and Daniel says 안녕하세요 to all the viewers. And here's another thing, the darn all you can eat. Yes, $4. It is so nice. It's right next door to me. So yes, and there's Asia Unscripted. He is in good old Seattle. So if he can get out, I would love to see him do some tours of ID. So if those that have never been to Seattle, there's a place called International District. So question is restaurants and things open there? So yeah, so I do like going to ID in Seattle. And of course you have you have the football field and Safeco Field nearby too. Okay. So good morning. Yep, Thomas, you are almost free. So less than 48 hours. I know you're excited to get out of there. So I know what you're going through. I've been through that myself. So yeah. Yep, they better open for me because I'm cringing to want to fly back to Korea soon. Yeah. So yeah, and one of the reasons, Daniel, I decided to do this topic is I've been getting now more questions like when I'm even hanging out on, GeoStream, even Pulse, some of the guys are coming up with Korea questions, like, can I come to Korea? So yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, so Age Script saw you left Cebu a few days ago. Glad you escaped the Philippines. Yeah. And it was on his agenda because, yes, I think Jason got really lucky because now, you have to show a medical certificate now if you're going to be leaving the Philippines. So I'll probably go over some of that. All right, Bama has showed up. So happy to see you here. So welcome to the stream. Yep. And Jason said I've reached my breaking point. Had to leave to save my sanity. Yeah. I bet when you were doing a video at IT Park every day at Business Cebu Center, yeah, I wouldn't blame you because you'd be like, oh my goodness. So yeah. And Thomas is in the house. What are you going to do first? Yeah, what are you going to do first, Thomas? Besides, so if he's getting out 7 in the morning this Friday, so I'll still be streaming. And then hopefully after the stream, I could maybe go meet up with him. Yep, I left right around Independence Day. Yeah. Yep. So, and Daniel says, I'm glad that Korean Air came to Cebu for special flights and didn't require face shield and all the additional documents to leave the country. I'm not happy how the government handles it. Yeah. Yeah. For those you probably heard, in the Philippines, face shield inside, because who was it? One of the our subs that lives in Cebu. Delta Chris. Yeah, he on his Facebook. Yeah, he had his mask on and a shield on going inside of Ayala Mall. So I was like, wowzers. Yep, first thing I have to do is find my way to Daejeon in my hotel. Then I'm going out for a good meal. Yeah. So time to get some good grub, Thomas. Yeah. Okay, and Daniel, I caught the last Qatar flight that didn't require a COVID test, but I did need to wear the face shield for the flights. Oh, okay. I didn't know you had to do that. So, wow. Yeah, I saw all those places you're going, Jason. So we're like, where are you going? Because you kind of going the other direction, but I think that was the only thing available, because usually the ideal thing was just go from, Philippines and go straight, towards the Pacific Ocean, towards Seattle. That would have been much faster, but I know you probably didn't have much of an option, and price wise too. So let's see. Thomas, will you be taking the train to Busan? Yeah, Thomas, you might just have to take a trip to Busan and just film it. I'm on the train to Busan, but I don't see the zombies yet. So, yeah. Yep, and I saw that news too, Nitbom and Nitbom. Welcome. We have 45% of adult Filipinos that are jobless, so they need to open it up now. Yeah, that article has been all over, and even some of the expats were talking about, like, yeah, I need to leave Philippines, king, So, and right now, what is it? Korea is the only, the only bar open right now, right? Along with, Cambodia with that, put that $3,000 down. So you got to sit. So like Cambodia and Korea is like the only two places right now. But then where's the escape route after the 90 days for, Korea? So that's the big question. Oh, yeah. And Daniel's asking, Jason, did you leave most of your stuff in Cebu City, or did you pretty much got everything with you? I took most of it, gave some things to Ricky. Yeah, because I think they were right next door to each other, or one condo over. So, yep. Not an option from Cebu. Yeah, that's really bad. Yep. And understood. Now maybe you can do Seattle unscripted. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool to see something in Seattle. Yep. And yeah, I'll still be Asia unscripted. I plan to return to Asia after the holidays. Yep. Knock on wood. And yep, Koreans are also losing jobs. So there are not much available. So it's really tough here. And of course, I said in my last stream, the language exchange started up again, but now I'm thinking, because my plan was to take Thomas to the language exchange this Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets canceled. So we'll have to see what happens this Sunday, because I was going to do a YouTube blog from over there. And how often does Korea have K-pop concerts? Well, right now, they don't got anything going. So that's out of the question. But before the pre-pandemic, they had tons of concerts. But the thing is, a lot of the K-pop artists are mostly touring the world. They're most of the times they're not in Korea. They're actually leaving a lot more. But in these times, yeah, it's going to be like Zoom concerts, huh? Let's get on the Zoom. Yep, taking the bus. I hope there are no zombies on the bus. Yeah. So you don't want to get all caught up on that. So, yep. Yep. Let's see. Yep, I'll be back overseas once this pandemic is in low risk category. IT states that 2020 will most likely be the year of returning for norm for travel. Yep. I will not be surprised with that at all. So, yeah. Okay, I bet a lot of Filipinos can't wait for the next election, yeah? So the question is, can Mr. Manny Pacquiao become the next president? So 2022 is probably the next election, since so the term is 6 years in the Philippines. Yep. So go more, around 15 to 20 per year. Yeah. Let's see. I watched some G-Dragon and CL videos today. Okay. Yep. There's one famous song, Bama, that I like from G-Dragon. And I think I don't know if he did it with CL. It's, what is it? Missing You. Do, 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 do. So usually that's a duet song. Yeah, it's K-pop for younger people. Do middle-aged people like me listen? I don't know. It's funny you say that, Bama, because most of the times the reason I followed K-pop is because when I was taking Korean classes in Los Angeles, my whole classmates were all into K-pop. But there's like one or two that kind of watches it that are, middle age, but a lot of it is more youngsters that I've seen it. But, I've occasionally run into a couple that are in their 50s. They go, "Oh, I like watching the groups," So it varies. Okay, 2024. Excuse me. If I find good enough work here in Seattle, I could stay longer. I had some interviews today. Need to get away from teaching for a while. Yeah. I mean, you have all that stuff over there in Seattle. So, yeah, I hope it works out for you, Jason. Yeah, maybe one more person, they will hold class. Yeah. I hope they get something going. I know Thomas, yeah, I'm gonna probably spill the beans a little bit, because I have a guest coming this Friday. It's a she, so I'm bringing a female for the first time in a while. And I was with her yesterday. She is a Chinese, a Kiwi New Zealander, and she lives here in Korea on a long-term visa. And yeah, she's going to come on here and talk about her experiences and what she does over here. So I'm looking forward to having her on the stream on Friday. So stay tuned for that for Friday's stream. And yes, I'm kimchi jjigae and prawn crackers. So yeah, so it's nice and hot, piping. Yeah, I was watching a popular Korean Filipino blog. That Korean guy is pretty fluent in English. Yeah. And it's funny now because, I just did a premiere video about a rhetorical question like, "Dear Filipinas, do you want to date or marry a Korean guy?" So I put 5 points up, and I'm going to try to promote that video out to Filipinos that are married to Koreans. I want to hear their opinion. Tell me if I'm off on it, off on the 5 points, or am I right on, or am I really way off? So some of those things. But yeah, and then of course yesterday, Bama says he likes the microphone. So sometimes if I am just doing a talking head video, I can just use this mic. So I bought the blue one. Now, some of you remember when I brought Paul on, yeah, I'm still waiting to give him his pink gay microphone, So he won't. I know he's waiting for this, so I still have it. So maybe I'll send it through Lazada or Shopee. I don't know. Or DHL. So there you go. K-pop music can be rough for elders, middle-aged, not sure, young people, most likely due to idolizing certain artists known for a fashionista attitude. Yeah. So, but yep. Let's see what Emma. I like to ride or die, and we are the leaders. So cool. Yeah. So, yep. Actually, there's like a ride or die. In the Philippines, there's a song called Filipina Girl. I want to ride or die with her. So, yeah, if you dating or married to a Filipina, a lot of people have been doing reaction, but this song is about a year old. I think the artist's name is James Reed. So, Filipina Girl. Yep, work at home is more viable option at this time. Amazon is investing to have more job opportunities. Yeah, and Asian script, I've been seeing a lot of like make money with DoorDash or Postmates, and then you wear your face mask and go deliver. I don't know if I want to go do that in the States, unless if I'm really desperate for money. I like K-pop, especially the girl bands. Yeah. So I love it. Yep. Okay, let's see. And Daniel, I'm tired from working from the companies I apply for all have remote or in-office options. Yeah. So want to get out. And Bama says, so why is Korea open to tourists and what do you have to do to get in? Cambodia, same question. Okay, let me show you real quick. Well, of course, no matter what, because now thanks to Thomas giving me that information, but I'm going to still range it. First thing you got to do is, everyone pretty much knows this, but for those that don't know this, yep, you're going to be doing that 14-day quarantine. And the cost is I'm going to just range the cost because Thomas told me he paid around $1,400. I'm going to range it between $1,200 to $1,800 because the numbers are rising again. So then they might just hike up the price. And of course, you need a Korean number, which I don't get that. And then an address after quarantine. I still don't get that because you can't really make your booking till after you know when you're going to be released because, you don't have a clue because sometimes it changes. Like they'll tell me like, oh, you'll be released after 15 days at noon. Then they'll call me and 2 days before go, oh, you're out at noon on day 14 or 13 and a half. So you just don't know. You can't really make your hotel booking or your Airbnb booking. So that's one of the annoying things that you got to deal with because, but that's just, you got to adapt to that situation. So yeah, you do need a Korean number. So if you guys want to come, try to make some Korean friends that live in Korea too. I'll do my best to help, but I don't want immigration calling me every 2 seconds. But yeah, but this is going to be cool to see what happens with Thomas here. So yeah. Okay, where did I lose my spot somewhere? Oh yeah, I got to go find. Yep. Okay. So here we go. Good morning. Yes, how things? Love the last video. Yeah. So now, Jeffrey, it's good. So I'm kind of really excited. So, yep. So we'll see. And then, yeah, hopefully your daughter should be getting out this week too. And then they'll still do their orientation. So, yeah. Oh, just talked to Jessica Lee, a Korean who used to live in Philippines for 3 years. Try to have her as a guest on your live stream soon. Yes, I've been following Jessica Lee. Yeah. So actually she was a high schooler. I think she recently just turned 18 and she is now back in Korea right now. So I am very aware of who Jessica Lee is. Yeah, it was like, and I loved like watching her videos because, her in the Philippines and how well spoken she is. Yeah. Actually, it's funny you said that, Daniel. I had her on my little book with her. So hopefully I can reach out to her. And of course, another reason I did that last video is hopefully I can fish out some more future bloggers, Filipinas that are married to Koreans. So I'm just going to try to go attack this video in there and say, yeah, give me, even if sometimes I might even get a little like resistance or maybe some like, you're wrong. I'm like, fine, at least now we're talking about it. So I like to, push the envelope a little bit there. Yep, I hate gotta correct. So yeah. Oh yeah. Tech Gears World, if anyone want to check them out. Yep, I've heard of the channel too. Yeah. Yeah, and Bama, it's been open, but with some restriction. It's more like you're paying for the government revenue losses and its quarantine operations. Yeah. So definitely you can come here. It's just you gotta put up some good money, some good cash, and then the housing situation. So I'm going to talk about some of the housing situation. Yep, and Jeffrey gives his regards to Nipbom and Gormo Light. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Postmates. $12.99 meal turned into 27 with the fees. Yeah, I remember that meat, that teriyaki that you bought. Yeah. Yep, and quarantine is at least $100 a day. So yeah. I'm seeing a pattern for both Korea and Cambodia that USA is seen as a cash cow, so they're starting to charge Americans to visit the country during the pandemic. Yeah. And I think I have one English teacher from South Africa. She went to Cambodia. I think she just came back. So her academy paid $3,000 for the deposit. So I'm just wondering how that's going to affect her when she goes back and works for the academy, and she might have to if they took money out of that 3,000, how much would she have to pay that back? So out of her salary. So she might be working for free for a month or two. So that's going to suck. Yep, broker. Yeah, interesting quarantine options also. You're reading now. Yeah, and there's a follow-up. Will this make it easier to move to Thailand or Philippines later? Yeah, and that's the issue. Yeah, that because a big issue, broker, is Korea is open, but you only have 90 total days, and can you extend? Can you not? And I've been asking around. No one's had the answer to that. So it is still a big risk, and at least that's we were told by Epic. Yeah, which for those English program Korea, where his daughter is going to be teaching public school. Good morning, Jeffrey. Yeah, and Singapore is also learning into charging Americans as well later this year. Yeah, and the same thing with that, Daniel. Where do we go after 90 days? Is it because you're going to really need some money? So, okay, let's go to Korea for 90, 14-day quarantine. You have 76 more days. Let's go to Singapore, 14-day quarantine. You got 76 more days. And what if nothing still opens up? Oh, my goodness. Wowzers. Okay, she's out this Friday, just like Thomas. He's out this Friday. So, yeah, because they came at the same time. So, yeah. Okay, I mean, pay if Vietnam would allow Americans in. Yeah. You actually can't get into Cambodia. There's a lot of false info going on. You have to have an approved job and invitation letter. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to ask that English teacher, Thomas, because now you got me thinking, how did they make that process work? And maybe, there was probably an invitational letter. So I got to ask that girl how she got there and came back. So I'll hopefully talk to her soon. Okay, and also seek out Francis and Hajin. Yes, Filipino Korean for your future live stream. Hajin is back in Korea and Francis is in LA. I actually know who they are. Yeah, I'm just like, I've been doing a lot of research. Yeah, and Korea is charging everyone, not just Americans. So if you're coming from, Europe. So, because one thing I know countries that could come in is Europe, US. Now, I heard that Canada can't come in, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I keep hearing different answers about that, because Canadians get 6 months. Yeah, I have an exiting business visa from the Comor government. I can't get in if I want to. Not just a right because naming countries are closed to foreigners. Okay, so you did have a business visa. Yeah. How much is an average hotel per night in Korea? You are looking at a minimum of $31. So yeah, that is minimum. Yeah, for 2, 3, 30 to 40 a night. So, and then I'm gonna go and show you, because basically, if you're really trying to live for cheap and not have the luxuries. Now, for example, Thomas, he has a much bigger budget where not everyone has his budget, where he's at a hotel which is at least $1,200 for the month, but it has a kitchen, a laundry, and a dry rack holder for his clothes, and he has everything nearby there. So I help him place himself there because he'll have access to even the foreign stuff. So that's different. But when you're living like in a guest house, I'm gonna show you a picture here. This is not all Goshi ones or guest houses are like that, but this could be the example of one with a private bathroom. So you could get one of these and you're just very compressed. And it's going to be kind of crazy with the toilet and the sink right next to you. So yeah. So just FYI, that is what a possible guest house looks. Now, is the subway and bus affordable? Yeah, subway is cheap. Subway and bus, the cost, as long as you have one of those cards. So I would recommend either get a T-Money card or go to GS25. I go to GS25 and get a pop card. They'll charge you a $2 for the card, and you could put up to 50 in one transaction. So it's $12.50 per ride, which is about $1. And you can transfer for the next hour. So I've done 3 transfers in an hour off $12.50. So you could do that. And the bus is very affordable. So if you're going from like Incheon-2 to my city in Daejeon, which I take a bus, it's only 22,001. So I pay $20. So it's real cheap. Or if you're in Seoul Station, taking the train to Busan or train to Daejeon, where all the zombies came, yeah, that's about another $25 US. So yeah. So yeah, if you have the budget, 30 and 40 is affordable. But if you're like a backpacker and you don't have that kind of budget, you want to look at guest house. Yep, subways are definitely affordable. Yeah, they're definitely. Ramon, welcome. It's nice to see you. It's always a pleasure to have you around here. So yeah. I don't understand why you need to quarantine for so long when they're doing an antigen test on arrival. Yeah. Yep. It's what the Korean government wants to do. Because another thing is, for some of you, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but Korea's used to these little, viruses like SARS, MERS. Because when I came here in 2015, we had MERS. So we had that situation. So they're used to attacking this. But they want to make sure things are safe. Yeah, I paid 1,300 per month for a place with a kitchen in Daejeon. Yeah, so it's quite hefty. And then I was looking at the Airbnbs nearby, Thomas. Yeah, they're available, but the problem is, as I was telling my buddy, because one of the guys I called was the guest Ben's buddy that rents him the place. I was trying to push him to see if it comes stream. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. So I was like, all right, no problem. But and I got to get back with somebody and tell him. He says, yeah, because his rent is pretty cheap because he has a one room for 500,000 deposit, and you just pay 350 a month, but he's not going to rent unless you're going to do 6 months. He's like, nope. And 6 months is even a push for him. He's like, yeah, so he's an American that I know here, and he's married to a Korean woman here, and he owns apartment buildings. So I actually know somebody, but he's like, no, King, it got to be 6 months. Yeah, and I was spitballing, but yeah, he's like, okay, no problem. But I said, that's what I figured you would say anyways. Yep, seems like they test you and keep you for a few days. Yeah, so 2 days. Okay, was here. Bye, King. All right, thanks for coming by, Ramon. Pleasure. Yep, that's California rent almost. Yeah, it's expensive, but if you wanna save money, go to Goshen Room for 10 to 15 night. Comes with basic essentials, and you can eat rice, kimchi, ramen, noodles, and laundry for free. Yeah. So I think there's one next to me here, but I couldn't find it. So I might have to. I found it on Airbnb, but yeah. And I'm hoping things will change before my 90 days up. At the worst, I have to go back to America. Yeah. Yeah. And Bama says that guest house looks like a prison cell. Yeah, that's what it exactly looks like. It's a total prison cell. Oh, good morning, Jan. So nice to see you. Let's see. Okay, Mouse. Okay, unless vaccines readily available, quarantine is the only preventative solution at this time. Yep, and that's all over the world. Yeah. Let's see here. Morning. Do the guest houses have kitchen? Well, they do have a communal kitchen. So it's basically a communal kitchen. So yeah. So, and let me give you a little information. Guest houses, the cost usually could be between 300 to 400. I think now it's jumped to 500, but since we have COVID-19, and you could probably still get them for cheap now because people are not renting those things. But it'll be a communal bathroom or kitchen. So you'll be sharing the kitchen at those guest houses in Korea. So, and I know, Barry, you're there in China. So I know you want to get to the Philippines. So, and it's a tough decision. Do you want to take a risk and come to Korea for 90 days and hope that the Philippines or Thailand or something opens up? And we don't know. And we already heard the news from Thailand. They're not letting anybody in till 2021, I think till February. So that's another issue we're dealing with. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, and Jan, the home karaoke singer, is here. Yes. There we go. Yep, my bus trip from Seoul to Daejeon is 2 hours, turns around 20. Yeah, it's like 23,701, if that's still to be exact. So yeah. All right, then. Morning. Jan, can you do a karaoke live stream this Sunday? Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks is like if you sing the songs, you have copyright issues. That's the thing. Unless you don't care about monetizing that live stream, yeah, then you can do it. Because I think there's a guy who helps moderate for Geo. Yeah, he doesn't even care. One of his live streams was all karaoke. 5 guys come in the stream. Everyone takes turn and sing a song. So for sure, yeah, that's not going to that's a copyright, but not to kill. It won't kill your account. It just, you won't make any money off of it. All right, so Bama, my next trip will be to the Philippines, trying to line up a girlfriend or fiance. Then I'll try Korea for a vacation. Yeah. Korea is always wonderful for a vacation. So yeah, that's the fun part, or not? Yeah. So let's see. I hope it works out. Yeah, I hope it works out for you, Bama. 1,200 a month for tons, only 40, cheap by California standards. Yeah, yeah, and the place Thomas got is pretty decent. So because I had the chance to stay there. Yeah. So because at least I've stayed there a few nights before I, took the bus to Incheon Airport, and then of course that's the time I stayed there to go see my girlfriend. Okay, no, can't sing in the shower. Yeah. All right, broker says, Jan, you sing? Let's see you practice by singing the key leeway outro today. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, should I go to coin karaoke? There'll be one video where I won't even care about anything. Just do it for fun. Yeah, I tagged about 30. See, here you go. 30. And not one response. It's annoying. And I even tested it myself, and I didn't get a response. I was like, what the heck? I figured this face would help, but they saw American on there. Nope, not gonna happen. I can't sing. Yep, and good old Jan is here. Oh, let's see. Hey, stuck in Florida. Nice to see you. Hanging out at the Cool Kids table or the Do More Life crew. So, yep, I love hanging out with Mike and Jeremy over there. Knit Bond in California. My house payment was $2,700. My electric was $300. Yeah. So, yeah, you're saving 2/3 almost. Good morning, Jeffrey. Does Korea have capsule hotels like Japan? I stayed in one for several hours at Bangkok Airport. They're there, but not as much as Japan. But they have multi-purpose rooms, Bama. So that's what they usually have. So those are things that I've seen, or you got the spa. Stuck in Florida, where are you? Clearwater, Florida. Yeah. Yeah, stuck in Florida is cool, Jeffrey. Yeah. He's in the Thai live streams. Thomas, that's 24/7. Yeah, those are California prices. Oh, I'm getting Facebook messages. Okay, at least Goshuan is the most budget option living for locals and foreigners alike. It's a good reminder to stay minimal and keep your expenses low. Yeah, so that's one of the things. So, yep. Yep, good evening. Yep, he's in the Augustine area. So, yeah, Thomas, I was talking about an apartment for rent. Yeah, that's expensive. Let's see. Yep, Florida in the Hizu. Yep, stuck in Florida. Yep, and there's a few capsule places, but not a lot. Yeah, it's not too common in Korea. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's get the broker. Okay, copyrights on an issue if you are monetized. Yeah, it's a Yeah, you won't get monetized. Yeah. So I have a couple of them. Yeah. There. So, yep. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Barry, I need a private bathroom. How do you find the guest house that you mentioned with private bathrooms? Well, you probably have to go there, There is a site called Goshitel, and they have those offers. There's rooms where it's just communal, where you just have the room, no bathroom, and then there's, for a little bit more, you have those guest houses with a bathroom. So, since Barry, I know you came in late, they could look like this. Some are a little bit bigger. Some are like this. I don't know. If you're claustrophobic, I don't recommend this, but there's some that have a little bit more square inches there and square feet. So those are what those guest houses are. Yep, I only sing in the shower too, but the water turns cold and the light go off. So yeah. So Bama, how it's going? Yeah. Yeah, he's saying it's all good. Wow, got a lot of comments today. So we staying so busy. It means that any must possibly go to copyright instead of the video creator thing. Yeah. Yeah, because usually broker, it just says copyright claim. That's all. I could still keep the video. I could still, get the watch hours. I might still get credit for watch hours, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but I don't mind singing in the cars. Not just too loud. Yeah, just you and yourself. Yes, broker, and if you're not monetized, then it'll be fine. Yeah. So there's some I went to karaoke. Best to default months to PayPal instead of straight to YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, so even some of the live streamers like, yeah, just send it to YouTube. Yeah, and Bama says, if I stay negotiating on, do I have to watch out how I smell? You mentioned about deodorant thing. Oh, not too bad, but just if you you take your basic, do your basic hygiene, you'll be fine. It's just that when it's really hot, like right now in August, the smell can happen because I always hear this, oh, the sweat smell. I always hear it. That's the bad thing about me understanding Korean. It's the thumbnail same. And I'm just like, oh God, talking about me. Or sometimes I know when a big foreign guy is there and it's hot and he's sweating and this shirt is drenched. I know who they're talking about. So yeah. Yep, deodorant also being sold only in small size. So Goshi one is air conditioned. I don't think you'll be sweating, just a tidbit, but won't be smelly. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I usually have a little spray. I'm like, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. So after I finish showering, I always yeah. Yep. Hit the like button if you think Jan can sing. Hit hit dislike. Now I'm getting okay, now I'm getting there. I'm getting dislikes now. So how many tourists are coming into Korea now? I see whoever can afford it. I don't think it's a whole bunch of them, but I think usually because when I came back, but the thing is, in my situation, Bama, when I came back, there wasn't one foreigner with me. Everybody with me was Korean because I was a long-term resident. See, the only one that could probably answer that is Thomas because he told me he was on a bus with at least the bus carries about 30 people. So, and here's the thing: the way they control this is they only have flights like early in the morning or at night. So sometimes they're blocked off on who comes in. So if a bus has 30 and there's like maybe 30 in each of those flights coming in those blocks, maybe if you have 100, it could be about 120 to 150, but I don't know the full numbers. I'm just estimating. And sometimes those flights are empty too, unless you're coming from an area where there's lots of Koreans like Los Angeles, Atlanta. So it varies. Yeah. I might come hang out on the stream on Sunday too. All right, go to quarantine and paying a bunch of money is a lot to ask. Yeah, it's a lot. And even without, excuse me, even without the quarantine, it's just expensive as it is Korea, but without all these, restrictions, you could still make it work in Korea as a tourist, unless you decide to, make a career in life here. Yep. There you go. That's guest house room. Where do you sleep? Is there a bed? Yeah, there was a bed right next to him. But there's some that are Nippon a little bigger. They're not all that condensed. So sometimes you might be able to pay more and it's just almost, of course, mine's a little bigger place. It'll probably be maybe a third. So my bed is over there and then you'll just be a third of this place or maybe a little bigger. And it could be as big as half of what my place is. So, yeah. So there you go. Yep, sweet home ain't that bad. At least you have the freedom to roam, eat lots of barbecues, and play around at the backyard if you have one. So yeah, that's a good point. And Nippon, you have to use a toilet seat for a pillow. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to look at the bathroom, but yeah. Jeffrey, no. Jan, your husband says you sing so wonderfully. Let's see. Oh, I want to hear what Thomas got for his lunch. My lunch just came to the floor. For breakfast, I got chicken wings. I got eggs for lunch. The cold food, so you're dying for a hot meal. Yep, so might need to go look for a shabu shabu place. Hot soup with brisket in the soup. Shabu shabu. And a bowl for a sink. Yeah. So, yep. Yep. Funny. Yep. If someone holds their nose in front of me, I'll turn on my fart app on my phone. Yeah. That's an opposite. Jeffrey, last time I sang for him, he said, for the love of God, just read the lyrics. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, whenever staying Gangnam or Hongdae, I hit the toilet cologne after shower. In 30 minutes, I put baby powder before going to sleep. Felt much cooler even during summer, but at night. Yeah. So here we go. Jeffrey says it's funny. Oh, look who's here. Our guest from Monday, Vern. Have you met someone from North Korea before? Might make an interesting video. Funny thing is, I haven't, but I have family in North Korea, but I never got to meet them either. So, yeah, yeah, if I could, but the problem is sometimes they don't want to do interviews because, especially if they defected from North Korea to South, they want to kind of keep that a secret because the reason is there's that little phobia that South Koreans that own business don't want to really hire North Koreans. So they kind of like keep that on the DL. So sometimes they'll probably be like, no, I don't want to do the interview. So that'll be the challenge. But I have to see, unless if someone see if I was in America, I don't think it would be a problem because then, there is no stigma there. But yeah, I've thought about that, but I haven't been able to find anybody or anybody willing to do it. So, but yeah, thanks for that tip there. I might think about that one if I ever get lucky. Jan, you're a jewel. Yep, I have lots of bags, mostly clothes for I need ideas of how I can ship my bags there ahead of my arrival. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. From the airport, the bus was full. When I got to the hotel, it was full. Wow. So people are just coming. So, yeah, thanks for that info. So let's see. Oh, yes. Hey, Vern, where's Ernest? Yeah, because his intro is awesome. So it's like Sound of Ernest. Ernest goes to camp. Good morning. Yeah, so Vern's in the house. Oh, Minji Kwan, a Korean sings Filipinos ought to be in your live stream. Yeah. So I might have to adjust my live stream schedules too if I can get these guests. So, yep, Jeffrey. Yeah, morning, Vern. Is there any windows in that room? No. A majority, it's it's hit and miss. 50% might have it, 50% won't. It just depends which one you get. Yep. Go more hike. Yep. Some rooms do. Yep. And some rooms don't. So it is. Okay. And why do you think Korea is open to tourists at all when Philippines and Thai is totally closed? Well, the thing is, as I said earlier, Korea is used to dealing with these virus issues. So, and plus, with them losing, like every country in the world is hit hard economically, this is probably one way to help their economy a little bit. So, and they are good at, condensing everything. So, yeah, of course, you're not going to have much privacy because they want to check up on you. So that's another thing there. Even if sometimes your daughter's like, wait a minute, that's my privacy. What the heck you need? But they want to check up on you just in case. Of course, the bad thing is be compared to back home in the States. Sometimes when I look at the map, they have it pinpoint whoever lives in this area has a virus. I could see it. So, but they do that for a reason, just to, you know, keep this condensed. As you notice, we're still only at under 16,000 cases, and like Philippines, man, they jumped up. Yeah, I didn't think the Philippines would ever pass South Korea, but I guess I was wrong. Huh. Yep, we tried shabu shabu Koreatown. No, it's not available. Yeah. No, I love shabu shabu. So if you get a lot of vegetables, condense in that hot broth, have that little rice paper and put everything, and you could eat that with everything vegetables. Yep. Jan, where are you? Let's see. She's in near Clark Airport in Pampanga, near Angeles City. And Barry says, what's up to Vern? Yep. Oh, and by the way, Vern, I forgot to mention, yeah, the live stream was very successful. And I want to thank all of you for coming. So we've got a lot of views on that live stream still. So people are still coming to check it out. So we have over like 250 views on that one. So that's pretty good. Yes, Thomas, rice 3 times a day, like a kilo, all cold. Yeah, I complained, so they're giving me dinner rolls now, 2 with every meal. Yeah. Yep, you go, Thomas. Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. Ricky's sending so many messages out. So yeah. Now, I love Korean rice better than Americans. I don't get bloated or fat as long as there's spicy ingredients or kimchi. Yeah. So I like that mixture of that too. Okay, and Kinga. Hey, Vern, there is a nonprofit in Seoul to help integrate North Koreans to South Korea so you can volunteer and meet North Koreans through it. I had a chance to meet the co-founders of the nonprofit. Oh, I remember you mentioned that, Kinga. So, yeah. Oh, I'm amazed by the color of my daughter's rice. Yeah. Yeah, there's even some different colors, like one looks purple, one looks, brown. So you can actually buy those pre-made ones, Jeffrey, and then put in a microwave. Yeah. I actually like buy a bunch of those purple ones, and then I microwave and eat it with my lunchbox from GS. Yeah, he passed away. Didn't know till that recently. Ernest Jim Varney died of lung cancer at 2000. He was only 50. Yeah. So I remember watching some of the Ernest, goes to camp and stuff. Yep, I have a few North Korean friends. Some I met in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I was looking at the Korean Air, Daniel, like they're not allowing Mongolians to even transfer through here. So I was looking at on the IATA and the Korean. Yep, and Vern says, morning guys, thanks, appreciate that. So, yep, thank you. Yep, so, wow. Yep, what was Mongolia? Got photos? Might make for a good blog. Yeah, if Daniel has it, yep. Vern, do you remember the Hey Vern commercials with Jim Varney from the early 80s? Yeah. Yep, interesting, Keon. Thanks for the info. Yes, Mongolia is one of the escape routes for North Korea. Yeah. Yeah, just to let you know, a lot of North Koreans detour all through Asia to get to South Korea. So sometimes they'll go to China, but they'll hide in China. They'll go around like all of Southeast Asia and come back. Hey, Vern, do you do live stream also? Well, yeah, it's funny, Jan. We were talking about that, so we'll see if he start doing it. So first he wanted to be a guest, and then he's gonna look to possibly do it, which would be cool. Yes, I have photos, but no videos. Yeah. Yeah, Ernest saves Christmas is great. Yeah, Ernest. Okay, this is nice. I finally caught up on comments. So let me go to the banners. Okay, so one thing is uh this you could probably find on the Korean website, Korean Air. So there's requirements. All passengers entering Korea as of April 1st, Korean nationals, foreign, long-term stay will be quarantined at their registered address, which that was me. So, and then foreign nationals, yep, you will be quarantined at your own expense, which is Thomas is doing. And except for foreign nationals who are family members or nationals, yeah, so they will be fine. And then travel restrictions, yeah. So, and for transferring, like what Daniel did, you just got to have a ticket that you are transferring on over. And real quick, I want to put this out. All passengers on the flight, you will be a temperature check with 30. Make sure you're not over 37.5 degrees. Okay. And here's the thing, all passengers, not excluding Korean, departing for all these countries. And you see Philippines. That's why Jason left, because you need that little medical test, You need that PCR negative certificate. Yes. And I wanted to bring this up. Certified from medical institutions designated by Diplomat Office of Korea Open. So, and here's the thing, I'm gonna pick on the Philippines, and remember it is subject to change. So for those that are in the Philippines, these are the hospitals that you can go to get your PCR test. So there's a list there at St. Luke's. You got Makati, you got Manila. For those Cebu doctors, Baguio Lung Center. So there's approximately about 14 places. Yeah, and Medical of Cebu. So yeah, just to let you know, that's what you're gonna have to go through. Now I'm gonna get back to these comments here. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Jeffrey says, think your daughter, yeah, is eating better. Yep, I might agree with that statement. Yeah. Oh yeah, and North Koreans also live in Vladivostok, Russia. Yeah. And don't forget to hit the like. Thank you. Stuck in Florida. Okay, I'm getting all these Facebook messages. Yep. And Jeffrey's like, yeah. Okay, maybe live stream in the future. Was a live stream virgin to our King Louis video. Thanks for asking. Yeah. So, yeah, and it's nice because, in a way I envy Vern because he's got that whole blogging community there, in Dumageddon. It's nice to have Paul, Gio. Now you got Mark, what every man has a story. Now you got Paul's Asian adventure. And then, yeah, Paul just did a video with Paul's Asian adventure. So, yeah, it's really cool. So that kind of makes it, really fun to be around that circle and just have fun, Yep. And some travel all the way to Southeast Asia. Yeah. So now some North Koreans live in Malaysia. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes they're better off to say that PCR is that a COVID test. Yeah. From those hospitals. Yeah. You got to have a proof that you're negative. And what kind of reception do tourists get now? Well, if you're talking about for Korea, they're still good, it's still okay. There's not too much. There's always that little freaking panic, like, oh, the foreigner went to Itaewon and but it wasn't the foreigner that got it, it was a Korean guy that got it back then. So there's still a little phobia, but most of the times, they're still happy to have you here. Like, for example, my $4 all you can eat. Every time I bring a foreigner, she's now asking me, when is he coming? When is he coming? So, yeah, she's going to keep asking. So, yeah. David, good morning. Thanks for coming up here. Yep. CR is an antigen detecting test with high turnaround time. Yeah, they do it quickly because you have to have that test because it's got to be valid for 48 hours. So, King, I'm passing through your live stream. Do I need to quarantine? Well, here you don't need to quarantine on my stream. But if you want to come visit me, that's the problem one. So sorry, Scott, it's out of my hands. So yeah, probably. We all we need all of you can eat Korean food here in Jacksonville. Yeah. Yeah, of course in America they'll probably, jack up that price of $15 or $20. But here in Korea, it's so simple, and the ajumas, the older ladies, go and get the vegetables and does a good job of keeping everything fresh. So that's the thing. You never know what's coming each day. Now there's another place where I pay $6.50, the one I did a video on. Sometimes I know what's on Wednesday. So I love the Wednesday ones because they have this thing called the posum, like the pig pork thing, because that one's a little more expensive in Korea. So I love posum. So I usually just go there for dinner. So I'll probably eat my $4 all you can eat. Then I'll go eat my $7 all you can eat. But I probably won't eat as much because that posum will probably, fill me up. Daniel T, we need the all you can eat Korean bar in New York City. Korean barbecues are closed since there aren't any outdoor places. Yeah. So I keep forgetting things are so close. Yeah. Just put me down as a family member. Yeah. I asked Daniel if he could put me down as a Chinese national so I can go see my girlfriend. So, yep, come in. I think I'll visit Daejeon for that all-you-can-eat place. Yeah. Yeah, that Ajuma would really love you. Like, I'm going to do a little Korean. 그 외국 친구 어디 있어? 외국 친구. So, foreign friend. Where is he? 왜 안 왔어? How come he didn't come? Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I'm kidding. Yeah. So, yeah. I know it sounds like possum. Yeah. Yeah, it's like BOSUM, bossum. So it's like, a pig meat. It's pretty good. Yep, New York needs to reduce taxes so people won't leave as much. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, the tipping. And every city needs a BCD tofu house. Yeah, I love tofu house. Yeah, I don't know if it's cheap anymore, but it used to be like 12, $13. But this was about 5 years ago when I ate at BCD tofu house. It's probably now close to 15 to 20, but I don't think it's open right now because LA County's all pretty much shut down. So that's the messed up part. Okay. Of course, right now, what Thomas had to use, I'm glad you're here. Yep. Right now, a golden booking is working, but man, everything is just a little expensive here. So another thing I want to put out here is Daejeon. Okay, near Jayongdong, near Seoul Bridge University, near Daejeon Station, where if you come by KTX, there is a Goshi one there. I saw a lady, but she was Vietnamese, did the whole video in Vietnamese, and the guest house was not too bad. And there was actually a rooftop where you can go out and walk around. So, but there's nothing on the rooftop. So just FYI, I wanted to pass that along. I just couldn't get any pictures because they were a little blurry. And ideas, there's other cities besides Seoul, Busan, Daegu, Gwangju, Daejeon. These are like your 5 main biggest cities in South Korea. So, and then some near Daejeon, there's Jeongju. Sejong is nearby where I am. Cheonan is nearby. And Mokpo is on the other side of Busan. So Busan is on the south east. Mokpo is on the southwest side. So that's known for, if you like seafood, I would recommend going to Mokpo. So Mokpo is not too bad. So those are some other options I wanted to throw out there. Yeah. So, yep, luckily I can cook Korean foods right at home. Learned a lot from the Nangju, Sokcho, Pohang, and a few other provincial cities. Yes. Uh, oh, yeah. And today I was going to try to have Ben on, but Ben couldn't make it. But he keeps telling me about he's going to visit maybe Pohang. So, yeah. And for those that don't know about Pohang, it's because their football team's called like the Pohang Steelers, you know, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's known for like the shipbuilding ports and all that. So that's why Pohang Steelers, a lot of the shipbuilding and ports are there too. So, and plus that was an important site during the Korean War where, yeah, they were trying to attack there and were able to be driven back. Yeah. And these words will never be spoken in Alabama, Thomas. Yeah. All right, Kinga's here. So, well, Kinga, at least rentings become cheaper day by day as people leave. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, Jeongju is wonderful. Cheonan is cool. Mokpo is a nice port city for a weekend getaway. Yeah. So, yep, I drove by Cheonan, and uh, problem is I never had a chance to make it to Jeongju. There's friends that are there, like come drop by. And actually, I was offered the thing with Jeongju. If I had a car, I was offered a teaching job. You know, it was for 3 hours for $50 an hour. So it was $150 they were offering me. And then they would offer me $30 travel. So I would have got paid $180 a day for 3 months. But the problem is I was so booked, I couldn't take this job. But it was a temporary 3-month job, 5 days a week, 180 times, 20. It would have been 180 times 60. So that would have been some good chunk of change. Okay, where's the U.S. military base? Well, you have one in Pyeongtaek, Camp Humphreys, a little bit north. Then you got the Osan Air Force Base. And then you have Yongsan towards Itaewon. They have a base. So there's about 3. And then there's one in Daegu. So they have a semi-military base there. So there's about quite a few. But the soldier count used to be 58,000 soldiers here, protecting from the neighbors in the north. Now that thing has been cut in half. We only barely have 25,000 U.S. military soldiers here right now. Of course, my friend Kingo's been to Camp Humphreys. I would love to go to Camp Humphreys because the reason sometimes it's good to have U.S. military friends. If you want stuff that Korea doesn't have from America, sometimes those military bases have them. So, and because the place is like built like America, you don't feel like you're in Korea. Yep, Pohang's fun. I went out there for the weekend. Yep, love Bama, but you're missing some good food. Yep. Try to reach out and interview Louis Rossman. Ask the Apple repair guy. He'll tell you which particular place in New York's that are dirt cheap. Yeah. So, yeah. And let's see. There's Kinga's give you that. There are a bunch of military and Air Force bases around South Korea, about 5 major ones, but a few smaller ones. Yeah. So, now Korea is always a good option to come and hang out and check it out and enjoy for what it is. So there's a lot to do. Cool. I mean, I know spots, but they ain't open since they don't have outdoor seating. Yeah. Yep. So King has been traveling all over. Now she's stuck back in her hometown, New York. Yep. Saudi One Grill in Tampa for all you can eat. Yep. Is it open or not? Yep. And yep. U.S. military bases. Yeah. They're all U.S. So they're out here. And sometimes, occasionally, I do run into the GIs that come into Daejeon to come to my friend's bar. So I run into a lot of them. Oh, yeah. People still go to Jeju. I read a travel book several years ago that mentioned it. Yeah. Jeju is a nice place to go to. It is a little costly. It's a little expensive. But you could get around the island in one day. What's the funny thing? It's known for like stones and women. So that's what a local Korean guy told me. But yeah, I'm supposed to I wanted to drop by Jeju again because I've been to Jeju, and apparently the kid that I knew who was my age, he was a doctor, but he quit being a doctor and opened a coffee shop in Jeju. Yeah, he is over there. My dad keeps telling me I need to go visit him, so hopefully. But of course, I probably have to speak Korean because I don't know his English ability. But I remember him as a kid. He didn't have time in 1986. Didn't have time to play with me because he was always studying. Even back in 1986. Okay, Barry 13. Yeah, there are a lot of U.S. military bases. A big one, Pyeongtaek, 2 in Daegu, and 1 by the DMZ. Yeah. Pyeongtaek is one of the ones with Camp Humphreys. Yeah, it is just. I saw the video of it. It's beautiful. Yeah, Go More Hikes, only place people can go for vacations, packed at least. That's what I'm seeing from friends' photos. Yeah. Do you have McDonald's and it's cheap like the USA? Yeah, it's the same price. Like you can get like a value meal for like $5 because that would have like Big Mac fries. But the soda, don't expect a large size soda. The largest size is pretty much like this, like or half whatever regular size is. They don't have like super sizes here in Korea. So just FYI. Do they have a VA hospital? I'm trying to remember. Since I'm assuming yes, because we have a lot of military bases here. I don't know if it's on the military base or outside of their bases. So, but I'm assuming there is because we have a lot of military presence here. So, and if it's not on Korean soil, it'll probably be inside the bases. Yep. But McDonald's don't do $1 bills. Loteria is better. Oh, that's what I forgot. I still need to drop in on Loteria and do a little mukbang for Loteria. Yeah, Go More High. I heard it is a couple's place, but you can still go. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, so I actually went with my friends. Yep. What about Subway? $5 foot. Oh no, that's what I missed. A $5 foot long. But there's actually a Subway near me, but it just costs more money. So if I want a foot long of tuna, it's almost about $8 to $9. So it's a little bit more. And of course, they kind of like a little cheap on it. They really micromanage the stuff. And I'm sitting here like, dude, seriously, pile that on like, those Latino workers do in the U.S., man, or the Subway, the sandwich artists do in the U.S., and they look at me funny. Yep. Daniel T. Burger King used to have good deals if you had the app download. So, yeah, you have the late night. And plus, before we had all this delivery stuff in America, yeah, this delivery thing's been going on for years. So I remember getting like McDonald's delivery, like, oh my God, I can get McDonald's by delivery. Because, back almost, 5 to 10 years ago, that wasn't the case with McDonald's. So, yeah. Korea's only about the size of Illinois. 5 bases a lot. My uncle died in Busan in the far south during the second offensive from the north. Yeah, because that's how far they got pushed back to in Busan. And just to give you a quick history lesson, if you're into history, General MacArthur, there he was having that argument because that movie there's a movie called Incheon where who is it? Can't think of the actor. Liam Neeson plays General MacArthur, and he's like, "Oh, what the heck are we going to fortify the defenses in Busan? Let's go attack in Incheon, where your famous airport is, and let's cut off their supply line." So that was the brilliant part of MacArthur, where they went and attacked Incheon. So if I said in my last stream, if you go to Korean War Museum, we get to take a little 4X ride and go with General MacArthur and go attack Incheon like you're going into battle, So they have like a little 4D movie. I did film it, and I put it on my Facebook, but I don't know if it's still there. It's a long time ago. It's probably a couple years ago. Yep. So were you able to bring munchies with you? Yeah, they've been giving them snacks, I think. So yeah, I bought some protein bars and oatmeals. Let's see here. Burger King is trash in the US. Too much cheap quality rubber like burgers. In Korea, most meats are from Australia, so I give that a pass. Yeah. Yeah. Chinito. Yeah. That's what mostly love when I deal with like a lot of Mexicans. Hey, Chinito. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? My almost everyday snacks, late midnight snacks, are fish cakes. Ah, those good old fish cakes. Those are pretty good. Burger King has raised their prices pretty high now. Yeah. Well, usually the Burger King 2 for $6. Now they got like the vegan one, the Impossible Burger or something now. So, but usually it's 2 for $6. I think they bumped it up to 2 for $7. Oh yeah, I was talking about the BK in Korea. I haven't had any fast food since I've been back in New York City. Yeah. Yeah, the BKs in Korea are not too bad, but I don't eat too much McDonald's and BK unless I'm on that day. Yeah. Yep, I concur. Best to make your own BK value or premium meals, indoor, outdoor grilling. Yep, and Bama says, yep, I seen that movie, Strike the Enemy, where he is weak, not where he is strong. Yeah. So, yeah, and I say this, you know, that Korean War is really important to me because if America did not get involved, I wouldn't be sitting here. I don't think I would exist. So, so I love talking to like even the Korean War veterans you know, and hearing their stories of what they used to see back in between 1950 and 53. So, yeah. So I love that history. Yep. And King, if you're interested, seek out the Menchi YouTube channel for Korean cuisines and fast food style meals. Yeah. And I will check it out. I need to go shopping first at an Asian market. So King is trying to get her Asian fix. Okay, this is nice. I'm catching up on comments. That's good. Okay, let me just throw a little few more. Let's see, did I? Oh, yeah, because Bama asked about this. Yep, so, oh yeah, if you guys want to go to Jeju-do, you can go by the boats from Busan or Mokpo or ferry or fly. So, of course, Korean Air has been doing a lot of reductions, even domestically. So you might have to just see what you can do. But no, I recommend going to Jeju-do at least once. Go at least one time to Jeju-do. Of course, here's the thing. They do have the Korean Hall of Fame baseball there. But the sad thing is, I was so disappointed. There was only like 2 rooms or 3 rooms, and of course, nothing is updated if you are a baseball fan. So I was just sitting there like, okay, and I had to pay 2001. So I was like, wow. And of course, the funny thing is, I think they still have the video cassettes, the VHSs. So if you wanted to take a VHS, put it in the VHS recorder, and you could still watch old baseball themes. So it was like, what the heck is this? Of course, the only room I like was watching when Korean baseball started. So that was one of the things. So yeah. So let's see. Oh yeah, for getting green, try. Okay, Dinobu near Washington Square, New York City. Yep, I am in Queens, but maybe if someone gives me a ride into the city. Yeah, I think Uber's expensive, but at least you got the public transportation system in New York. But I haven't had a chance to get on that East Coast ride, so one day I would love to get over there. So yeah. All right, I'll try to go maybe another few more minutes. So if you have any last minute comments or questions about what's going on, and just another thing I wanted to add here is, yeah. So if you do come, you know, come at your own risk. I wish I had an answer for the past 90 days, which I don't. But if you're able to come, I say make the best of it. Enjoy the 90 days here. And especially if you're a blogger, it'd be worth it. Just come and experience and take back whatever. And then if something opens up, so hopefully if another country's opens up in November, or maybe if what I would wish for if especially that Thomas is coming here, I wish Japan would open up and let us go to the island without quarantine. That would be the ideal thing if they would say, okay, you need to make a visa run, come over to Takashima Island, and then you can go to Takashima, spend a day there, and then go right back to Korea. So I used to do the boat trips because one of my friends, it was crazy. He came on a 90-day visa. He was making a run to Japan every 89th or 90th day. I would go with him. And I was like, dude, this is too much money that you're wasting. Why don't you just get your paperwork and get hired? You know, he's still a young kid. So, but of course it was fun. I still loved going to Japan every time. So every time I've been to Japan is because of my friend. He had to make a 90-day visa run. So that's why I was able to go to Osaka and go to, the islands. So definitely. Let's see. Tons more comments came in without even me knowing. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. So try the market. Should be walking distance. Okay. If you need a new mirror, that guy is a diaper load. Yeah. When do you think there'll be a cure for the virus? I wish I had the fortune-telling future abilities. I don't know if I can get a DeLorean and go. And find out. I would go do that. Yep. DNZ looks new, but it hasn't opened. It wasn't open 5 years ago. So, yep. Okay, so Thomas, we do need a new mirror. Gotta wait till 21. Yeah. So you guys got that election for the new mayor. Yep. King of first cheaper, try Pacific Supermarket. Yep. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm betting November 6th. That's what I have to leave Korea. And you are in the pool with Gio, too, huh? Yep. Go more hike. January 21st at 3 p.m. Stuck, do you have a DeLorean? Did Doc Emmett Brown built that DeLorean for you? Yep. Okay, Jeffrey, pleasure. You have a good day. Okay, when would the strip clubs open? A friend wants to know. I don't know. In Korea, it might be open. I just don't know. I think Busan, red light district in Busan, and then someone would because your friend keeps asking. I was asking some friends for fun. They're like, yeah, if you go by Daejeon Station, there's something over there. I'm like, okay, it's open. Well, I heard it was, but I wasn't by there. But I'm like, okay. Yeah. That area of Queens or Pacific is usually cheaper groceries. Well, first time visitor, what should they do in Korea? Settle in and just walk around and look around. And make sure you get a phone plan with an app with all the Korean apps. And then you can just go from there, and just search. And ride some subways for fun. That's what I usually do, As long as I have a smartphone, I just look around and take a few trips. That's what I first did when I came to live here. I go, you gonna be okay? I'm like, yeah, just get me a phone plan. get me a smartphone. I'll have maps. I'll figure the rest out on my own. Don't worry about it. Just in, Samsung Galaxy Book Flex arrived at my doorstep earlier. Very thin and light. How much was that, Daniel? Yep, Mangala Road Phuket is now open. Yep. Problem is, none of us can get out to Thailand right now. Just in. I'm about to go to sleep. Yeah. And then you're gonna turn on the K-pop girls, help you go to sleep. Yep. Got Kakao Talk just asking. Yep, she should have Kakao Talk. Yep. Is that a new flip phone? It's a new flip phone. Yep, it's one of the slightest laptops Samsung designed. So wow. So that's expensive one. So, oh, knowing Danny probably got a good deal for it because, he's probably like checking it out. All right. So let's see. Let's go a few more comments. Yep. CL. Yeah. So good old CL. Yeah. Now most of them are now over close to late 20s, 30s, and Dara's almost mid 30s. So yeah. And yeah, good. 1600 Intel Core. Okay, 2 terabytes with 33 gig RAM. So nice. Okay, so before I get going, let's see. I'm gonna try to get hope I can get another video out. It depends how much time I have. So we'll see what happens. If not, I might have a late premiere. Friday, I will have a live stream for sure. I have a guest that I said earlier. Yep. Oh, Craigslist. Yeah. So I will have my friend Luna. She will be here Friday. So you can ask her questions about her experiences in Korea, or you can even ask her experiences because she is from New Zealand. She's a Kiwi. So you can ask that. And she was from Hong Kong. So yeah. So you can bring some questions or comments and interact with my friend Luna. So looking forward to Friday stream. So it'll be really fun. All right, all right, Commodore 64. Yeah. Yep. This is not bad. All the bad girls out there, not bad meaning bad, but good. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yep, good vibes for everyone. Good vibrations. And wish I had the Daniel T money. All right, so I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go next door to get that $4 all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue. I keep forgetting. I'll have to take some pictures, so I'll show you what varieties the Ajuma has. All right, so and then I'll leave it with Barry. Yep. Later King and King. Yep. What we need is like, yeah. Yeah, for me to get, yeah. Maybe you can make that happen, Daniel, since you're friends with some of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Thomas, yeah. Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, let me know what happens Friday. All right. So, yeah, thank you. All right. So, everyone, take care. I'll see you Friday back, same time, same bat channel. So, take care and good night or goodbye. See ya.